plays that out wide here. Joe, what do you think is the mindset of the Seahorses coming in here? And for our viewers in La Mirada and Orange County, the loyal fans of the Seahorses, I know it's been a disappointing season so far, but you got to imagine that they're going to play this one hard and they're looking to make a statement here. And Arthur Agassian finds the ball here in the box, kicks out to Chase Minter. Agassian has two defenders on him, loses the ball, and looks like it's going to be a corner for the Fusion.
Yeah, I thought he was going to volley it there for a second. I think he was surprised that it got to the center back. Got over the center back.
That caught him off guard. Ima Boateng will take the cross here, and he kicks that out, but it's played out wide, bounces back to Nolan Moore, and Fusion trying to maintain possession here early on, but looks like the official has ruled the ball out of bounds, and Seahorses will have a restart here early on at Ventura. And let's see, looks like we'll have another restart here. And Joe, what do you think? Last time we saw FC Tucson here, they were on a great run. They had the U.S. Open Cup matchup with Houston. Do you think all the travel and the mileage caught up with them?
Yeah, well, it has to. I mean, I think we see that all the time in, every level of soccer. It's really hard to compete for all trophies and all, throughout a season, especially when you're playing multiple trophies multiple competitions at the same time. We see it on all levels. And so, when you're driving thousands of miles to play, on a Tuesday and then having to come all the way to L.A. to play in the league,
it makes a huge difference as Guzman plays it out to Anthony Salcia, who fails to maintain possession, but the Fusions will still have it inbounds. And Peter Schmetz, who had a huge impact against FC Tucson, is playing it around the 40-yard line. There's a switch here, and unfortunately for the Fusion, the ball bounces off, and Seahorses will maintain possession here early on at Ventura College. And this looks like it's going to be a seesaw battle, and defense will be a critical point here. There's no room for errors for both teams, and I believe that first team that makes an error, that's going to be costly, because this type of experienced team, you want to make sure with the Seahorses, with their veteran players, that you don't give them any easy opportunities if you're the Fusion. And Fusion will have a throw-in here outside the box of the Seahorses, and Arthur Agassian will be looks like Anthony Salcia will be throwing it in. Peter Schmetz, the big defensive back, has been inside the box, and there was a little battle there, but the official has ruled a foul on Schmetz, and Seahorses will have a goal kick.
Well, look at look at what we're dealing with here. Ima had spent every home game we've seen him kind of ranging the wings. He's playing in the middle tonight, not as far pushed up. Certainly more as a midfielder than an attacker tonight. Agassian front running with. I gotta learn how to say the Cal kid's name.
Salcia
playing off him. So, it's more of an attacking formation when you've got Ima in midfield.
And that's a new look, as you mentioned, Joe. And, that's been a question around the Fusion camp. Where would you, being the expert that you are, where would you play Ima Boateng if you were the coach?
I mean, certainly the good thing about Ima is that he's versatile, and he can, it allows you to play, Salcia or somebody else you want to play if you can move guys around and play Boateng, in different places, make a substitution, maybe move him up top.
Definitely.
I have no problem with somebody playing multiple positions. I mean, look at Dylan Riley, how great a player he's been for the Fusion.
Yeah.
He's playing in center back tonight, and
normally he's a left back.
Yeah, he's playing left center back tonight, where he as a right back he pinged that ball that won the Open Cup tie against Osnabrück.
That was a great battle, went down to the wire. He sent out that great assist that Chase Minter finished to put the Fusion ahead in that early Open Cup battle that took place here at Ventura College. And Mark Hope for the Seahorses loses the ball, Chase Minter steals it. Ima Boateng has it at the 20-yard line. Ima Boateng looks for an early strike, but Cody Soup was all over that. The experienced keeper for the Seahorses, the UC Riverside product. And he's a true leader of this team, folks. I had a chance to watch him play the last couple of years. He communicates well with his backline and is a true leader. And this is an experienced Seahorses team coming in here to Ventura, and they're not going to make a lot of mistakes. And the Fusion really have to start to impose their will. There's a lot at stake in this Southwest Division matchup, and Fusion are definitely in need of 3 points, and it's still early as Manny Guzman kicks it out to Peter Schmetz around midfield, who connects with Agasyan. Arthur has it, looks to drive up, plays it to Ima Boateng. Ima is in the box. Ima's looking for support. Chase Minter is inside the box, kicks it back out to Anthony Salcia. Anthony looks to connect.
Oh!
Whoa, that was a close call, Joe. Woo!
You could tell he thought it was a close call too, because before it went wide, his hands started to go to his head. He made the universal own goal.
We almost saw that here, folks. The Seahorses defender looked like that was Kevin Kaiser. He was caught off guard by that cross, and Fusion win a corner kick, and Chase Minter sends that out to Dylan Riley, and the CSUN product, his header goes up high for a Seahorses goal kick. And that's how the ball bounces sometimes, folks. In this game, you never know. One misplay, one bounce here, one bounce there could decide a game. So it's always good to see early action here at Ventura as we approach the 14th minute. So far, the Seahorses haven't really had a strong chance, but they're maintaining possession. They're playing a disciplined game, and if this game goes on this way, Joe, do you think the Fusion will start getting frustrated later on in the game if the goals aren't on the board yet?
Well, it's early. I mean, let's revisit this at the half, but certainly, you're in a position where you want to go ahead early, kind of take the, kind of remind the last place team that they are a last place team, and don't give them an opportunity to, really get their legs under them.
Definitely. As the old saying in sports, if you don't put a team away, or in boxing, then that's going to come back and haunt you. And the Seahorses, with their experience, certainly aren't going to go away. And Tony Montalvo has the ball, plays it back to Kevin Kaiser, who kicks it up front to Dylan Martinez. Mark Hope has it for the Seahorses around the 50. Hope brings it up. Hope with a nice drive. Hope sends it out wide. Seahorses threatening here. Seahorses turn the ball over as Sam Hayden comes up and wins that cross. That was a ball that Michael Schmidt was looking to send in the box for the Seahorses, but nobody was home, and Fusion quickly play it out, and here's Manny Guzman, who has it at the 30-yard line of the Seahorses. Guzman plays it to Anthony Salcia. Anthony kicks it out to Arthur Agasyan. Now we have Agasyan, who turns it over, and the Seahorses win it back. Seahorses looking for a counter-attack, but they're outnumbered as the Fusion defenders come back and win a throw-in early on here at Ventura College. And once again, folks, we want to thank our friends at MeetTheBoss805.com for making this KDYTV.com broadcast possible. And don't forget, this is thanks to our generous support for MeetTheBoss805.com, and always support your local business owners. As Guzman had it, but turns it over. Seahorses looking to attack. Seahorses will look for Mark Hope, who made a good run but couldn't maintain possession, and the Fusion keeper Sam Hayden comes out, kicks it out to Kip Colby, making a first start at home, who kicks it out to the Sounders Academy product Brandon Brockway, making his first appearance with the Fusion. Now Fusion have it on the Seahorses end. Arthur Agasyan playing it with Peter Schmetz. Agasyan loses it, and it'll be Fusion ball. Schmetz will throw it in. The big German UCSB product, who had a real nice game last time we were here, Joe, against FC Tucson.
Yeah, we're talking about versatility. One of the things that I've been, impressed by with Schmetz is, he's shaped like a center back, but he certainly has influenced the game as a fullback. I mean, he's huge, you don't really look at him and think fullback, but he's been getting down the wing and getting crosses in, and he's got a couple assists.
Yeah, he's
made
got
a couple
strong
goals,
impact.
actually,
Yeah,
too.
that's right. He's made a strong impact, folks. And then, speaking of him, there's Peter Schmetz again. Has it at the 20-yard line of the Seahorses and wins possession for the Fusion in a battle with Kevin Kaiser. And Schmetz will look to take it out. And that's one thing with the versatility that the Fusion have on both ends of the field. They could easily present a lot of matchup problems for opposing teams. And the Seahorses defense, led by Kevin Kaiser, J.C. Cotto, and Arlene Norris, have to be aware of that to not be caught out of position and be punished by a Fusion goal. Fusion now playing it, maintaining possession at their own 40. Ima Boateng sends it back out. Dylan Riley has it at the 30. Riley's looking for some offensive options. Agashan looked to make a run, but Riley plays it back out to Brandon Brockway. And yes, it's critical, Joe, to have experienced defenders at this league and at any level. You really need a strong backline to compete. And
yeah, I mean, definitely, and not just a strong back line. Certainly you need a little bit of, speed, a little bit of size, a little bit of experience. I think that's kind of what this group has given the Fusion this year. They're not, not maybe as steady as, some of the great backlines that we've had before with a lot of, Daniel Steres and Matt Wyatt and, some of those guys the last couple of years. But what they are, there's just a lot of potential. They've been getting forward more. They've been into the attack more. It's been a little bit more dynamic because you've got younger, maybe more
skillful players,
guys than a lot of the skill in the Fusion in recent years has been up front and in midfield.
That's right. We've seen a lot of great offensive talent, but you use the old saying in sports, you win championships on defense, and you mentioned some good pass defenders that they had. And speaking of defenders here, Kip Colby came out to help as the Seahorses were threatening, but Mark Hope's shot went wide and high, and Fusion will look to restart with a goal kick by Sam Hayden. And Joe, speaking of keepers, I had noticed the trend the last couple of games that Hayden had against the LA Blues and Fresno. He gave up 5 goals against the Blues in that US Open Cup debacle, but 2 first half goals against Fresno, and we see him here get the start. Last time we were here, Eric Shannon was in goal. What do you think about the goalkeeping situation with the Fusion?
Well, I think you need more than one. I'm glad to see Eric Shannon, kind of make an impact and be back on the team and be in recent.
Kip Colby turns it over there. Here come the Seahorses. Michael Schmidt has it out wide, but Colby comes back, wins that back. That could have been a dangerous opportunity for the Seahorses. Ima Boateng looks to push it up front. Fusion maintaining possession. And Manny Guzman has it in the middle. The experienced defensive mid looks for some offensive options and finds Agashan at the Seahorses box. If he catches up with the ball, has no support there. Chase Minter comes in now, but the Seahorses have already cleared that ball and are maintaining possession around the 30 as Nolan Moore tries to win the ball back for the Fusion and create a strong chance early on in the 21st minute here at Ventura College.
Greg and Joe Curley from Ventura Star are calling this game live.
Yes, sir. We're making sure here. The great Joe Curley. Don't forget, folks, you'll read about this game tomorrow at the Ventura County Star. You could check him out on Twitter, and you could get all the insight. And we're going to have Curley's Minute in the second half, folks. He's going to break down a lot of the 8:05 action, updates on various teams, so stay tuned for that. And Anthony Salcia almost had a great chance there, but Cody Soup, the experienced keeper for the Seahorses, came out and won that. The Fusion do not go away. Nolan Moore has it out wide. Here comes Kip Culver. Culver sends it out to Ima Boateng inside the Seahorses box. Ima looks for Nolan Moore inside the box, but Manny Guzman wins that. The Seahorses coming back, defending, look to clear that dangerous ball. And that's the thing with the Fusion and with a player of Ima's caliber, Joe. He could strike any second. A playmaker like that, such a dangerous
It
cover.
looked like it was deflected, and that was kind of what broke up the play a little bit. But you see how quickly the Fusion can get through the defense and get into the area. But, no real chance.
Yeah, nothing came out of that one, but the Seahorses had to scramble, and they did a good job defending there. And Manny Guzman still has the ball here for the Fusion, kicks it back out to Brandon Brockway. And the Fusion are pressing. They're looking for that goal. They need the 3 points here. Anthony Salcia, with a couple of quick moves, wins the throw-in for the Fusion. And one thing that also early on for the Fusion, as I look at the stats, there haven't been as many goals as before, and I'm not seeing a true striker that has made an impact. Obviously, last year you saw a high-caliber striker, Joe, was with the LA Galaxy
The
now.
highest caliber there is.
That was a special treat to see him play, and hopefully as the season goes on and the matchups become even more vital, the Fusion will find a consistent goal scorer to push him over the top in the Southwest Division as Ima Boateng pushes that inside, but the Seahorses were well back with a full team effort on defense. They send it out to Dylan Riley, who maintains possession for the Fusion around the 30-yard line. And here's a long ball. Guzman is out wide. Manny tries to win that. Manny's battling hard, but the Seahorses come back on defense, and Guzman's still in the mix. Guzman looks for a guy and the guy doesn't play it, but goal! You can put that on the board, folks. Chase Minter, the Texan, finds himself with the ball in the right spot and just drills that for a great finish. And that puts him with 3 goals early on in the season. Chase Minter, the Texan, with an absolute clinical finish, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, we've sung his praises in the past. He's just such a, hustle. It combines hustle with skill, and certainly he's got to be leading them in goals at this point.
He is the absolute leading scorer for the team early on.
That's a ball comes across. It's the initial point of attack. It kind of strays past, and it's dummied up, far post to him, and no
it
one's
didn't
really
even look like
handling
that much of a threatening chance for the Fusion until
it got to Chase,
until the ball was in the back of the net, and we put that on the board early on here at Ventura in the 25th minute. Fusion with a 1-0 lead, and maybe Chase Minter is that guy that we're talking about that could step up and continue to lead this team in scoring. Just minutes ago we were talking about a presence on the offensive end, and the way he drilled that had a resemblance of an experienced striker as he drilled his 3rd goal of the season. Fusion with that early vital goal that we talked about, that they definitely looking to get a win, to get these 3 points, and having an early lead helps. And Manny Guzman did a great job there, battling, maintaining possession for the Fusion, sending it out to Chase, who put on a great finish there. And Seahorses will definitely look to bounce back, but it just seems their long season continues, and they have great character, folks. They're not going to go away. They're going to continue to battle, but just the early goal in the 25th minute has to be, in a way, Joe, an early backbreaker for a team
that's
struggling.
that's the goal. That's a huge goal. Fusion do not.
Assist was number 12, Artur Agashian.
So they're going to give the assist to Agashian.
Well, Manny was a huge part of that
whoever
play.
dummied it through or didn't get to it, that was where the pass was going. And
yeah, Artur. Here's Chase again. Chasing down the box, winning a corner kick for the Fusion, and looking to add one more to the scoreboard and give Ventura a comfortable 2-0 lead. And yeah, that was a dummy by Artur that led to the great finish, but all around great team effort for the Fusion, and they're still pressing on, looking for that 2nd goal. And we're going to be tracking the FC Tucson game, folks. That's going to kick off. Joe Curley is all over that, and here we go, the corner by Ima. Arthur Agassi tries to win it, but the Seahorses come back on defense, and they have won a free kick.
Apparently Tucson already cleared a goal off the line. Sure goal, if not cleared off the line by Brandt.
Yes.
It's just the 3rd minute.
Early action, and this is a vital game in the standings, folks, and we're going to be all over that. Fusion sitting in 2nd place behind first place Fresno Fuego, who have 13 points. Fusion 1 point behind them, and FC Tucson is in 3rd place with 9 points. So this is a pivotal matchup going on as we speak in Tucson, Arizona, and the Fusion doing their part with the early lead in a must-win situation where Joe Curley pointed out that 3 points is absolutely vital. And Peter Schmetz, here he is, pushing up again in the box, creating havoc for the Seahorses defense. That's that versatility that Joe Curley touched on, and he's still battling out there, Joe. Oh, looks for Chase Minter.
Alone.
Chase Minter's in the box, finds Manny Guzman. Manny plays it inside, but the Seahorses catch up with that one. But as they kick the ball out, looking for a counter-attack, there was no one there. Dylan Riley comes back to defend, and Sam Hayden has it for the Fusion, and they're looking to press on early, put another one on the scoreboard, and continue to put their will in this game and earn the 3 points and set up an interesting match next week against the LA Missioneros. And Manny Guzman, a LA product out of Lakewood, has it on the 30-yard line. Kicks it out to Kip Colby. Colby looks, but plays it 1-2 with Guzman. Colby with a good chance there, but the Seahorses come back and win that ball. And okay, look, I'm looking. It looks like Seahorses have dropped everyone to defend, Joe. Every time Fusion are attacking.
Yeah, that's not the way you're going to get back in the game. You know, if they're going to have that many guys play behind the ball, at least somebody's got to mark Chase Minter. I mean, every time the ball comes to Minter, he's wide open.
Yeah, he's been wreaking havoc for
Arthur wants to. Is that Arthur that keeps calling for the ball in the far post?
Yeah, he's standing there, and now Colby has it. Colby walks in there, and a goal! You can put that on the board! 2-0 Fusion in the 29th minute. Kip Colby walks in the box and drills that nothing that Cody Silk could do to stop that. And there is a second goal, and the Fusion are in complete control early on here. Joe Curley. That was a great finish and a great play by the defender, pushing all the way up. That versatility again.
That's exactly what we were talking about. You know, just we saw it just in the previous build. You know, just how dangerous
Number 5,
the 1-2 down the right. It almost came off, and that time it did came off. The San Luis Obispo product. Just cutting inside and smashing it. Your post.
Drilled that, and Chase Minter was in the mix there, but the Seahorses looking to answer. Seahorses with a chance that blocks off. So great job defending by Dylan Riley and Brandon Brockway. The Seahorses just pushed up, looked for get on the board, but the shot by Michael Schmidt went out wide. The Fusion will have a goal kick, and Chase Minter was in the mix again. Joe Chase Minter with the assist there. He's having a great season early on. 3 goals, has an assist on the board now, and well, you were on top of it, Joe. What a great finish by Kip Culver. You wouldn't think he was a defender the way he drilled that.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're getting. We're getting more fullback into the attack, and that's what's doing it. That was real nice 1-2 down the right. Cuts inside and finishes. He looked like Ema from last week. 2 weeks
that was
ago.
a beauty that Ema had last week, and it definitely was reminiscent of that. The way Culver dribbled up and just drilled it. And as we approach the 31st minute here on KADYTV.com, folks, we want to thank MeetTheBoss805.com for making this broadcast possible. Don't forget to support your local businesses. Visit the website, MeetTheBoss805.com, and we'll continue to bring you great action here at Ventura, and the Fusion looking to reclaim the first place in the Southwest Division, and they're on the right track so far with a 2-0 lead. And we'll have another update out of Tucson, Arizona in a couple of minutes and let you know how the Fresno and Tucson matchup is going on. And Guzman has the ball here for a Fusion.
Proud to present today's fans of the evening. Today's fans of the evening
Fusion
are
restart, and
Super Soccer fan
Brandon Brockway plays it to
Vega.
Brockway has it. He's looking for some options. Brockway kicks it back out. Nolan Moore's nice job of maintaining possession in the midfield. Fusion looking to add to their lead. Arthur Agassian kicks it out. Now we have Anthony Salcia, who's pushed out wide. A great 1-2 by Manny Guzman and Anthony Salcia. And they were looking to connect with Chase Minter to get him a second goal, but the Seahorses were all over that one, and the Fusion have not stopped pressing. They're definitely looking to make a statement here at Ventura. After being shut out their last game, they're coming out and looking to put on a scoring show, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you get 2 goals in the first half an hour against the bottom team. You know, this could really turn into a score fest.
But the Seahorses here, Michael Schmidt walked down the middle, had a good chance, but Sam Hayden was all over that, and that's what happens in these kind of matchups. That a team like the Seahorses, they're coming in on the road, and now they're down early. You just have to wonder what's going through their mind. Definitely they're going to be battling till the last minute, but this early deficit does not help, Joe. And it's been a tough season so far for Coach Elkins and the Seahorses, but they've been around. They'll be there. They'll probably be a spoiler for Fresno, Tucson, or the Fusion later on, and LA as well. That's still in the mix, and still not over yet though. We're 1/3 through it here in Ventura, and Seahorses still battling, looking to get on the board. Here they come. Seahorses with a good opportunity here. Fusion is trotting back, looking to defend. Seahorses with a good chance there, but the cross played by Josh Ayers was out wide for a Fusion goal kick. It would be a tremendous help for the Seahorses if they could find a way to get a goal before halftime, Joe, or else it's going to be a long night the way things are going here early at Ventura. But the Fusion are not letting off. They continue to press on. They continue to look to add one more to the tally. And Dylan Riley, the experienced defender, has it around the 20-yard line. Riley kicks it back out to the keeper, Sam Hayden. Looks for Brandon Brockway, making his first start for the Fusion. Brockway finds Minter, who's back out supporting his defenders. Now Guzman has it. Guzman plays it to Moore. Moore has it to Peter Schmitz. Schmitz has pushed all the way up, sends a long ball to Chase Minter. There he is again, looking to connect in the middle of the box, but he had no open options. And as Manny Guzman came back to try to win that ball, a hard foul there, Joe. Looks like the ref's gonna give a yellow to Guzman early on here.
And Manny actually has had one of his better halves.
Number 16.
This, you know, in his second tenure here with the Fusion, you know, that he's been in all the build-ups, and he's been a big part of this start so far.
The thing is that early on I noticed the experienced player like him, having played at the professional level, he seemed that he wasn't in shape early on. Now he's found his form, and he's doing a terrific job, as Joe mentioned, this half, and had a good game against Tucson. He was one of the Fusion players that missed the Fresno game on the road. Ima Boateng did not play in that one. They had a couple other key guys out, and that no excuses in this game, folks, but I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of great games down the line this season between the Fuego and the Fusion, and a rematch with FC Tucson at Arizona. But these are the games that you have to have early on during the year to make sure you're in position to clinch first place or clinch a playoff spot. So every game is worth the same amount of points, and you have to, especially, Joe, take care of business at home.
Well, that's what divides the 3 teams at the top right now. Fusion, the FC Tucson's in 3rd place because they've drawn against teams like the Seahorses. What was that? The Missioneros they tied with.
Absolutely. The Seahorses actually tied Tucson. They were down 1-0, but they came back late in the 80th minute with the equalizer, and They were looking to build on the momentum here at Ventura, but it hasn't been a good start for this visiting Seahorses out of La Mirada, California, led by Coach Todd Elkins. And the Fusion maintaining possession. Chase Minter has it out wide. Minter plays it out to the second goal scorer, Kip Colby, who had that great finish in the 29th minute to put the Fusion up 2-0. And his ball goes out wide for a Seahorses goal kick. And Seahorses are looking for an answer to stay in the ball game, but at the same time, you could see they're emphasizing a lot of effort on defense to make sure that this game doesn't get out of hand. And the Fusion still pressing. Ima Boateng has it at the 40-yard line. Ima Boateng kicks it out to Brandon Brockway. Brandon plays it back to Ima. Ima, the UCSB product, had 3 defenders on him, loses the ball, and here come the Seahorses with a great chance on the counter. Seahorses are pushing up. Mark Hope is out wide. Josh Ayers maintaining possession. Mark Hope looks to make a run, but the Seahorses kick it out wide, and the Fusion defenders are all over that one. Peter Schmetz, the big defender out of UCSB, comes back and wins that. Plays it out to Chase Minter, who thought he was fouled. No call by the official. Seahorses win the ball back. Seahorses looking to maintain possession. Seahorses have it in the middle. Michael Schmidt has it. Schmidt looking for some options. Schmidt kicks it back out to Kevin Kaiser. Kaiser sends it back out to his fellow defender, the Frenchman Arlene Norris. Seahorses still with the possession. Seahorses looking to get on the board before halftime, and Mark Hope making a good run out wide. Hope sends a dangerous through ball, Joe, but nothing came out of that. Good opportunity for the Seahorses, and they have won a corner though, so they're looking to get on the board before halftime to have an opportunity to tie this up in the second half. But the Ventura County Fusion are defending and making sure they'll try to maintain this lead in this Southwest Division battle.
Long throw.
Throw-in actually, folks. We have a throw-in by the Seahorses. Seahorses maintaining possession. Chase Minter comes back on defense, helps out, and Seahorses with another throw-in. Mark Hope has that. Hope looking for some options. Hope brings it up. Hope all the way out, tries to do it all by himself. Sends a dangerous volley there that goes out wide for a Fusion goal kick. Looks like he had Tony Montalvo out there up top, but he decided a creative play by the youngster, Joe. He thought he could have a good chance out there, and it didn't work out. But as we approach the 40th minute here in Ventura, the Fusion with a 2-0 lead, a great crowd in hand. Joe, any updates out of Arizona?
No, it's still 0-0, but chances galore on both sides. I don't think it's going to be 0-0 for long.
Well, that's kind of shocking, folks. 2 high-scoring teams. Last time Tucson put 9 goals on the board against Orange County. Their last game, and Fresno always puts up a lot of numbers. So that caught me and caught us off guard there. But like the great Joe Curley said, it's not going to stay scoreless for long. We'll continue to update you on that one, folks. And we're in the 40th minute. Seahorses looking to make this a game by getting on the board. They're a competitive team. They always play till the last minute, led by Todd Elkins. The last couple of minutes, Joe, they've shown that they're definitely battling. They're looking to get on the board, but it hasn't been easy the way the Fusion defenders have came back and defended. And they just win, the Fusion just win another ball back. Guzman tried to play it to Chase Minter. A turnover here. Seahorses looking for a counter. Michael Schmidt has it. Schmidt was looking to reconnect with Hope, but lost the ball. Ima Boateng was all over that. Boateng sends it out to Anthony Salcia, who can't catch up. Salcia went full force after that, but could not catch up with that ball as the Seahorses won it back on the 40-yard line. Seahorses looking for an answer. Seahorses are still outside of the Fusion 50-yard line. Seahorses coming, pushing up from the left. Seth Arriaga, the defender, plays it back out to Kevin Kaiser. Kaiser looking for some options. Kaiser looks to play it inside to Michael Schmidt, but Ima Boateng was all over that and almost broke loose for a dangerous counter by the Fusion. But the Seahorses win that back. And long ball out. Great job of defending once again by the Fusion. Looks like Brockway was all over that. Now Nolan Moore comes up towards midfield, tries to win the ball as it goes out of bounds for a Seahorses throw-in. And Seth Arriaga will be throwing that in for the Seahorses. Seahorses maintaining possession, desperately looking to get on the board. Jeffrey Bowman sends out a dangerous long ball. Mark Hope comes up looking to drill it, looking for the one-time drill. Miss kicks it, and Sam Hayden is all over that one for a Fusion restart.
Checking out the Galaxy starting 11 tonight. Both Brian Rowe and Giassi Zardes getting the start for the Galaxy against Real Salt Lake tonight.
That's incredible news, Joe. Both obviously
Two
backgrounds, former Fusion players, and now starting in a critical MLS game against Real Salt Lake. That's why we encourage our fans all over here to come out to Ventura College to catch these rising stars before they make it to the professional scene, and make sure to tune in on KADYTV.com. And you were fortunate last year, Joe, to catch them in action. You're not shocked that they're making an impact in the MLS, starting in a key match, a key battle there with the Galaxy, and the Fusion win a throw-in. That's one thing at halftime. We're going to have a special guest who has been responsible for the development of a lot of players, and we encourage all our viewers to stay tuned for that. And well, you know about the background of Graham Smith, Joe, what he's done for players, and that's going to be a special treat for our viewers here at halftime on KADYTV.com. As the Fusion look to head into the locker room with a 2-0 lead as we wind down here in the first half. Peter Schmetz with a throw-in, plays it out to Arthur Agashan. Agashan has it at the 10-yard line. Agashan has it, looking for some options in the middle. Plays it to Ima Boateng. Ima sends out a volley to Chase Minter. Minter plays it to Culver, but the Seahorses were all over that. Came back defending. Seahorses looking for a counter, but nobody's there. But Dylan Riley, the experienced Fusion defender, lets the ball go out of bounds, throws it in to Sam Hayden. Fusion looking to get into the locker room with a 2-0 lead and reclaim first place in the Southwest Division, and be ready for a great battle against the LA Missioneros led by Coach Ever Morataya. That's going to be a fun one next week, Joe, but we still have another half in store here, folks. And Seahorses, we've said it, they're not going to go away. They had a couple dangerous chances early on here and looking to press, looking to get on the board before halftime, but the Fusion, such an organized backline, and I'm noticing a lot of the midfielders are helping out today, Joe, coming back on defense, and you could see this game has meaning for the Fusion. They want nothing but the 3 points, and Dylan Riley has it. Riley plays it with Minter. Minter with a beautiful ball to Kip Culver, the second goal scorer. Culver plays it out to Ima. Ima Boateng has it. Ima with the shake and bake, tries to put on the moves, but the Seahorses came back and won the ball back. But Michael Schmidt, 25 for the Seahorses, turns that over. Fusion looking to add another one before halftime. And Nolan Moore had a good run there, but the ball goes out wide for a Seahorses throw-in. And Kevin Kaiser, wearing number 4, will be throwing that in. And Kaiser and the Seahorses trying to do everything they can to get on the board, but doesn't look like they're going to be scoring until we head to halftime. And Dylan Riley makes sure of that as he clears that back out all the way to Cody Soup, the Seahorses keeper. Joe, what do you look for in the second half? What do you expect from the Fusion? Do you think they're going to continue to press, or they'll be playing more of a defensive type game in the second half to make sure they have the 3 points in hand?
I think, you go for it. I think they're going to keep attacking, keep playing, keep trying to, a lot of these guys are still new, still learning the Fusion way.
Chemistry's gelling.
Yeah, they're still trying to learn the...
Oh, speaking of attacking, there's Chase again. Gets the ball from Agashan, but his blast goes out wide, and officially we have approached halftime, folks, here at Ventura College. Here with the great Joe Curley, Bob Allen, Ezra, Byron, Mike, our guest Mike Pace from Fillmore with us. And we encourage you to stay with us. We're going to have a special guest. And we'll be back in a couple minutes, folks. Folks, we have a special treat. As we mentioned during the first half, we're joined by a living legend. A man that needs no introduction, but Graham Smith, a pioneer all the way from Europe, going back to Knox County, board of directors at Chelsea, Adidas international scene, man from First Wave Sports to impact he had with the Fusion 2009 championship team head coach. Now, first welcome, sir, and now you have a great project with Sacramento. And
It's true.
new USL side that's going to be debuting next year, and anything that you've touched on, we saw it firsthand with the Fusion, becomes a nationwide brand. So what could you tell us about this upcoming Sacramento team?
First of all, it's a very, very exciting project. Sacramento is a well-known sports city that can certainly support its franchises. There's a gap in the market for a good football team, a good soccer team, and hopefully we're going to fulfill that need. I've been extremely impressed at this moment in time. 93,000 participants, soccer players in the Sacramento area. I've reached out into the community, and I think you'll find that we will be very, very well supported.
I'm already reading headlines, sir. Norwich City's going to be in town in Sacramento, and there's a buzz. 3,000 season tickets sold, and a great sports town with the Kings in the NBA, and a soccer team, a football team could do great there, and even a possible future MLS side. With your guidance, we would not be shocked to see that happen.
Well, I think that is definitely the ultimate goal. It's not up to us to get into Major League Soccer. We believe that we can do it. It's going to be down to the league itself to allow us in, but I know that we're in the designated cities, and I feel sure that we certainly could facilitate a team there.
Definitely. We'll keep our viewers updated here on KADYTV.com. But sir, I have to ask, how does it feel to be back at your old stomping grounds, the place that you built from ground up along with Rambert Shergill, and a nationwide stable in the PDL now, the Ventura County Fusion?
Well, it's always great to see old faces and old friends. That is for sure. And it's good to see Rudy doing so well.
Definitely.
He's having a great season. And it probably has vindicated what we said, that he was the man for the job.
The former assistant of yours, right, Coach?
That's correct. In year one, Rudy was an assistant. In those days, he was more of a youth coach. Learned his trade at youth level. Probably the best youth coach. Tremendous job. And now, of course, he's taken to this like a duck to water.
Oh, definitely.
I think he's the best coach in PDL for sure.
Glad to hear that. In our first broadcast, our friend Joe Curley was here, touched on about Rudy's success at the youth level, and our viewers were familiar about that. Speaking of success, a lot of the boys that you led to the 2009 title, some of your former players I noticed are on hand tonight for the Fusion. Dylan Riley, Manny Guzman, Arthur Agassi, Jaco Pavesian, and it's good to see some of your former players on hand.
It is, but I wish they weren't playing.
Well said, sir.
Okay, I'd prefer to see them up there where they belong. I mean, those lads were playing at Wilmington last year. They played in the final of the USL Cup. They were released by Wilmington. Look where Wilmington are now, bottom of the league. Big mistake was made by Wilmington Hammerheads by releasing those boys.
You've presented so many opportunities for various players and all over on the international scene, going back to Antoine Peterlin that sent tidal waves, no pun intended, through First Wave Sports as he made his way to Everton from Ventura County. So you obviously know talent. And what do you see in some of the younger players here, some of the new Fusion players, some of the new faces? What are you seeing?
Well, I see a definite star for the future in Ema. That is for sure. If that kid keeps his head straight, he's going to go all the way. I like the lad who scored the goal,
Chase Smith, Texan,
Chase is a decent player. Very good indeed, and the big German boy is
Peter Schmitz
is looking
Joe
sharp
Curley
as well.
mentioned that off the charts, up and down. And Graham, we always know you're known to bring some heavyweights on the worldwide stage to Ventura County, Oxnard, where our viewers are tuned in. What can we expect this summer and maybe next winter big name clubs. Can you give us a hint about any special surprises going on this summer?
In Ventura, well, believe it or not, Rambir and I were with the Juventus management team 3 days ago here in Ventura County. I don't know whether Joe knows about that.
That is major. International
We were
powerhouse.
with the Juventus team manager and 5 of his colleagues. It could be a very, very exciting announcement that will be pending. I'll keep Joe in the dark.
Something is brewing, folks. An exclusive by the great Graham Smith. Something is brewing here. And there'll be some other big names here, and
That's
obviously
for sure.
MLS teams, and we
Yes.
could expect the
yeah.
same in Sacramento, sir. I'm sure.
Well, we can expect hopefully a tremendous announcement for the head coach the end of this month. I think a few people in football will really be astonished.
And this is a
when they
man,
see the
speaking of head
announcement.
coaches, David Moyes, your old friend, and a man that
Well,
brought Everton to LA and now
yeah.
leading Man U. So
Well, we tried to get David Moyes into Sacramento, but sillily he went and chose Manchester United.
what was he
I
thinking,
can't understand
sir?
him.
What was he thinking? And sir, is there anything else you want to touch on for our viewers nationwide online? And for tuning in
Well, all
locally?
I'd like to say is keep enjoying this wonderful, wonderful game of ours. We're so lucky here in the United States now. The game is improving all of the time. It's great to see so many different cultures and nationalities coming together. Even today, all of those World Cup qualifying games that have been played, the television coverage that we're getting, the standard is improving all of the time. And you know, you go around Ventura County, you don't see baseball fields anymore, you see kids playing football, real
And new
football.
fields are being built too.
And it's great. Great facilities at Oxnard.
Yeah, new facility.
Oxnard College Park is wonderful, wonderful.
And, you know, folks, we mentioned the great success that this man next to me, a living legend, has had in the sport. But one thing I want to add, I had the pleasure of being around this team in 2009. The impact that he made on people's lives, I'm talking about players, their parents, players from overseas that still message me on Facebook, and this man is just a true gentleman, and a complete pleasure for us to have him here
Thanks,
as a
Greg.
special guest at halftime. And it
Thanks
was
very
a
much.
true pleasure, Graham.
Appreciate it.
Best of luck in Sacramento, and
Cheers, pal.
we'll look forward
You'll
to
be
hearing
welcome.
great news from there.
Thank you.
And we're getting ready to kick off for the second half, folks, here in Ventura County. Fusion with a 2-0 lead as we start the second half. We had a special treat at halftime for you with the great Graham Smith joining us for an exclusive interview, and we're getting ready to kick off the second half. Looking so far, no changes for the Fusion. We'll update you if the Seahorses have made any changes, and stay tuned. We're gonna have a live update from Tucson to let you know what's going on there between the Fresno Fuego and FC Tucson. And here we go with the kickoff early on in the second half. Seahorses looking to push to get a goal on board. We talked about that vital first goal for them in the first half to make this a competitive game again. We have a good one in store here in the second half, and the Seahorses coming in early looking to test Sam Hayden with a good long-range blast by Seth Arriaga, their fullback who had pushed all the way up, looking to test the Fusion keeper. Hayden will have a goal kick for the Fusion. Ventura County looking for a critical 3 points here to reclaim first spot, and a great crowd in hand here. Got a chance to see two great goals in the first half. The first one by Chase Minter, the Texan, with a great finish inside the box, and Kip Culver, the defender, with a second goal to give the Fusion a 2-0 lead. And once again, folks, we're coming to you live on KADYTV.com. I want to thank all our viewers tuned in nationwide. And this is all possible thanks to MeetTheBoss805.com for making this broadcast happen. We're here with our crew, Joe Curley, Bob Allen, Byron, Ezra, and Mike, and our special guest, Mike Pace out of Fillmore, enjoying this live soccer action here in the second half. In the 47th minute, there's that man that Graham Smith talked about, Peter Schmetz, who has made a great impact for the Fusion and has caused absolute havoc for the Seahorses. He had the ball, looked threatened for the Seahorses, looked to create a great chance there, but the Seahorses won the ball back, looked to push up. Seahorses, who's currently sitting last place at the Southwest Division, are trying to climb out of the cellar, but it's not going to be easy with this second half deficit, but they're not going away. Michael Schmidt brings it up with their Seahorses, looking for support, can't find any, takes it himself, drills a shot that goes off Dylan Riley. Schmidt, the striker for the Seahorses, looked to do it all by himself, but his shot could not connect with the Fusion goal and bounced off Dylan Riley for a deflection to give the Fusion back the ball. In the 48th minute, Brandon Brockway will look to restart here in the second half. And any updates, Joe, so far out of Tucson?
Still no score, late first half. Hey, never mind the updates from Tucson. How about, what a great interview. That was excellent. I'm taking notes. I'm going to make sure we publish some of that in the paper this week. And how about that scoop? You get scoops out of nowhere.
Well, when we're in the presence of greatness like Joe Curley and the Ventura County Star, we have to take advantage. And something is brewing, folks. Juventus might be in town. Stay tuned for that. That's a powerhouse name right there. And Graham Smith touched on about Sacramento too. I hope you join us for that halftime interview here. And one of the players that he was fond of, Chase Minter, has the ball now, looks to play it to Arthur Alassian. Minter has it himself. Minter creating havoc on the Seahorses defense, kicks it out to Culver. Culver to Anthony Salcia. Whoa, he sailed that one up high, Joe. That could have been 3-0 right there.
Yeah, that's, we've talked a little bit about the 2-goal lead and how it can be kind of an interesting, kind of an issue. When you're up 2, you think you've got the game won, and you're 1 goal away from it being a game again. So it's really important that the Fusion continue to go forward and get a third goal.
And Seahorses look to get one back there, but the ball that Dylan Martinez played was won back by the Fusion, but Seahorses quickly regain possession. Kevin Kaiser has it. Kevin Kaiser, defended by Manny Guzman, sends it back out to Arriaga. Arriaga plays it out for the Seahorses, and here come the Seahorses looking to get on the board. Seahorses, whoa, good chance there, but bounced off Dylan Riley. A good blast on goal by Looked like Mark Hope, but Riley with a great block on that to make sure that the Seahorses are off the board. And we spoke in our last broadcast about a 2-0 lead being very dangerous in soccer. You made some great points back then, Joe. And we saw Tucson climb back with a goal that game and almost had an equalizer. So if you're thinking from a Fusion standpoint of view, you think you really need that third one to completely put the Seahorses away, to not let it get to that point where one goal could change everything.
Yeah, next goal is a big one.
It is going to be vital, and Peter Schmetz plays it out to Arthur Alessian. Alessian plays it to Salcia. Salcia had 3 defenders on him, still maintains possession. Joe, what have you heard about this kid, Anthony Salcia? This is the first game that I've watched him play. Young player, had some good moments there. Anthony Salcia out of De Anza Force Academy. What are some things you've heard about him? What do you see early on that's impressed you about him?
Well, he obviously, comes from good stock, coming from a good program at Cal, and, certainly a lot of movement up top, a mobile, another versatile type player up top, and certainly has fit in. Look at him making a nice run there.
Excellent
showing
run.
some quickness and some acceleration. So we haven't seen him on the ball very much, but we certainly have seen him, creating space and seen some movement up top from him as he works with Agassian.
And he's definitely made a good impact there, and we'll look forward to seeing more out of Anthony. A great breakdown by Joe Curley as Chase Minter maintains possession there for a Fusion throw-in. And Fusion looking for that third goal. Agassian has it, kicks it back out. Agassian now finds Manny Guzman. Guzman sends it back to Arthur Agassian, who catches up with it, makes a couple moves in the box, could not maintain possession. Great job by the Seahorses defense to come back and win that. And now here comes Mark Hope looking to connect with Dylan Martinez. Hope. The Seahorses again, folks, it seems like they're outnumbered, because every time they threaten, there's 4 Fusion defenders just swarming them like bees, not giving them any opportunities to strike. And Ima Boateng gives it out to Peter Schmetz. Schmetz loses the ball. Seahorses looking to create an opportunity there, but Anthony Salcia wins it back. Brandon Brockway gets it now. Brockway looked like he was fouled, and the official will agree with that. And the Fusion will restart from their own 20-yard line here early on in the second half in the 53rd minute. Joe, I wanted to get your thoughts about the U.S. national team. They had a pivotal, great game against Jamaica. What do you think about their chances for qualifying? What are some of your thoughts about that game?
Certainly they haven't been great away from home. They haven't. They've had a lot of issues in Jamaica over the, giving up the equalizer was an issue. But anytime you can get 3 points away from home in the hexagonal is a great result. So
Chase Minter trying to create another great result. Dribbles it out in the box with a strike, but Cody Soup, the experienced keeper for the Seahorses, was all over that. But the Fusion will still have a throw-in looking to add to that lead. And Manny Guzman has it out wide, has 2 defenders on him, looking for some options. Guzman cannot maintain possession, continues to battle hard on defense. Seahorses win that. Dylan Martinez has it. Martinez kicks it out wide, but finds Anthony Salcia of the Fusion, who wins it back for the Fusion. Joe, what are your thoughts on Josie Altidore, who hadn't scored until that friendly against Germany and had the first strike for the U.S.? That's a great sign for the U.S. national team if they're going to continue to make a strong run of
so many times, in any sport, but especially soccer, you get a young name, a young talent, and he becomes, there's a lot of pressure on him at an early age, and maybe he doesn't quite blossom early, and there's a lot of pressure, and you're worried about, if he's going to come to fruition. And then, obviously Josie this year, it's just been a huge year for this year with AZ. And
yep, he was lighting up the scoreboard there in Holland.
So he's, it's exactly what the team needs, exactly what the setup at the national team level needs is is a consistent goal scorer, somebody that can.
Speaking
He
of
was
goal
off there.
scorers there, Ima Boateng tried to look for Arthur Alashan, but they had a miscommunication there. And yeah, if the U.S. national team is going to go far and qualify for the World Cup, Josie Altidore will definitely play a key role in that, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the U.S. national team in action against Panama this coming week. That should be a good battle, just like we have a good game going on here. Mark Hope has it out for the Seahorses. Hope is challenged by, looked like it was Kip Culver, who fouls Hope for a Seahorses free kick from about the 35-yard line. From what I've seen so far early on in the second half, in these 10 minutes, Joe, the Seahorses have a bit more urgency in them, and they're looking for that early goal in the first 15 minutes to get right back in this. And here we go. The Seahorses waste that chance on a misplayed free kick that finds Sam Hayden, who kicks it out to Nolan Moore. Nolan Moore finds a wide open Manny Guzman at his own 30-yard line for the Fusion. Guzman looking for some options. Guzman kicks it out to Peter Schmetz. Schmetz has it at the 40-yard line, plays it to a fellow UCSB Gaucho, Ima Boateng. Boateng looking for some options, but turns the ball over. Seahorses win that back. Michael Schmidt coming back to battle for the Seahorses, looks to play it wide, but turns the ball over, and the Fusion will have a throw in. And as we continue to update you folks on the Tucson and Fresno game, we want to make sure to keep our viewers up to date and the pivotal NHL battle going on, since most of you, I'm sure, have the TV on mute, the computer wide open, tuned into our broadcast.
The smart TV. We're up on the smart TVs.
There.
That's why you got to go buy a smart TV. So you can have KADY Fusion broadcast up there. But no score in Tucson, 0-0 at the half. A lot of chances, a lot of craziness, little handbags. So it could have been some cards given.
And Joe Curley, since you're a man of multitasking is nothing to you, and what can you tell us about the battle going on in hockey right now for our viewers?
As far as I know, it's still going. It's 4 minutes left in the first overtime. So
a lot of fans in the area still hoping the LA Kings can win a game to get back.
2 comebacks by the Kings.
Yeah, and Seahorses looking for their own comeback, but it's gonna be hard with under 30 minutes with under 35 minutes to go here in the second half. Seahorses will have a throw in at their own midfield, and we have our first sub for the Fusion. Jakob Jack Alvesian comes in for Anthony Salcia.
Oh, Jack's back.
Jack's back from Wilmington. One of the players Graham touched on. His dad Avo, a former boxer, sitting in watching the match, hoping his son puts on a show here. The La Cañada product back from the Wilmington Hammerheads, and this is going to be interesting, Joe. We have 3 former Wilmington Hammerheads, and Dylan Riley, Manny Guzman, and Alvesian on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see what these boys can do.
Yeah, shows you the type of talent, like Graham said, that Wilmington has turned away. Although there are other Fusion players in Wilmington. Daniel Steres and
Definitely.
Mickey Daly are there now.
Definitely, and the Fusion with a rich history of advancing players to the next level. And if you were with us during the first half, Joe Curley brought up 2 names, folks, that are starting for the LA Galaxy tonight against Real Salt Lake. Speaking of Real Salt Lake, Arthur Agashan plays it out to Chase Minter, the former RSL striker. Minter sends it back out to Dylan Riley, one of those Wilmington Hammerheads that we mentioned, part of the 2009 Fusion Championship team. Fusion looking to repeat that title run this year, but they need to hold on to these 3 points and hope for a good result in Tucson. And it's going to be real interesting, folks, down the stretch. And Seahorses sitting at the bottom of the standings, looking to get back in this ball game, looking to play the role of a spoiler, threatening out wide, but the Fusion are back, defending with full strength, and looks like there was a little battle there, and Kip Culver got called for a foul, and the Seahorses will have they'll have a free kick, looks like out wide from about 20 yards out, a set piece. And Seahorses are led by Alex Anderson, who's not on the pitch yet, and the veteran Josh Alt, who both have 2 goals on this year. And they've had trouble scoring early on this season, and that's showing here in Ventura as we approach the 60th minute. Fusion with a 2-0 lead. Seahorses are getting ready for a set piece opportunity, and the Seahorses, oh, what a good chance there, but Sam Hayden was all over that. What did you see there, Joe Curley? Dangerous chance by the Seahorses, but Hayden was all over that.
That would have been a monumental goal in the hour mark there, to get the Seahorses back in this game.
Right on cue, but Ima Boateng, one of the players that Graham Smith mentioned, who he thinks has a promising future, is trying to change any thoughts of the Seahorses comeback by adding on to the Fusion lead here in the 60th minute as we come to you live from Ventura County here at Ventura College with a great crowd in hand enjoying this match. Southwest Divisional matchup between the host Ventura County Fusion and our visitors from La Mirada, California, the Southern California Seahorses led by Todd Elkin. Seahorses threatening Mark Hope, looking for Dylan Martinez. Dylan Martinez has it out wide inside the box, plays it back to Hope. Hope with a strike that Hayden deflects with a great save by Hayden to send it out high for a Seahorses corner kick. Dangerous chance there, Joe, and Seahorses almost found themselves on the scoreboard, and we're approaching the 61st minute. Things will be real interesting if the Seahorses can get on the board here, and we'll see how the Fusion defend the corner here by the Seahorses. Seahorses play it out top to Mark Hope. Hope looking for some options. Hope finds one, but Kevin Kaiser's kick goes out wide. Seahorses trying to battle to maintain possession, but Chase Minter is not giving them an inch. Now Agasian has it. Plays it to Manny Guzman. Guzman has it in the middle. Guzman switches it to Jack Avesian. Avesian, let's see if he could show that burst of speed. Takes on the Seahorses defender. Looking for some options. Turns the ball over as 3 Seahorses defenders had came back to prevent that play. And the Seahorses looking for a quick counter here. Seahorses doing everything they can to put one on the board. Josh Alt, the experienced striker who has 2 goals on the board, 2 goals this year, is in the game for the Seahorses. He had that late equalizer against FC Tucson in their last game, and he's looking to do the same here by adding a couple goals, but the Fusion defenders are doing everything they can to prevent that from happening. And looks like Steve Palacios is getting ready to check in for the Fusion, Joe. He had a goal and an assist last game that we were here against FC Tucson, and good player, and he should make an impact here in the second half. And let's see who will be coming off, as the official has been aware of the substitution. Brian Nowakovsky, the hardest working man in Ventura County, gives the ID card to the sideline official, and Palacios is set to check in. Steve Palacios, Cal Poly product, will be checking in for Ima Boateng. Joe, that kind of catches me off guard, though. What do you think about that move? We saw Ima subbed out in the Open Cup game against Hazenthal, and
there's been times where it is the summer. You don't want to grind him into the dust. Even somebody who's playing a lot of football, he's playing a lot of minutes, so you get a good hour from him and tell him to take a rest. I'm sure he doesn't want to come off, but
yeah, no player. They're all competitors. But what do you think about the decision? I think Coach Ybarra is definitely looking at it from a rest standpoint of view, and his staff with Ross Greeny, Jans Redeman, they're looking to rest their guys, but it's still not over here, folks. Under 30 minutes left. Seahorses have had some chances here in the second half, and now the critical playmaker for the Fusion has came off, and Seahorses maintaining possession. Michael Schmidt battling hard, sends it out to Kevin Kaiser. Kaiser with a through ball inside the box that finds Fusion's Manny Guzman, who sends a great long ball to Arthur Agassi. Arthur looks to chip the ball over a defender, but the Seahorses were back on that. Now Nolan Moore has it. Moore looks for Chase Minter, the goal scorer, the first goal scorer, the leading goal scorer for the Fusion this year. Minter has it out wide on the 20-yard line, looking at his options. Sends it back out to the veteran, Guzman. Manny plays it back out to Minter. Jack Avesian is there in the mix, looking to open up. Now has it. Avesian plays it out to Palacios, who just checked in. Palacios back to Minter. Minter sends it out to the Sounders Academy product, Brandon Brockway. Brockway kicks it out to Peter Schmitz out of wide. Joe Curley mentioned the impact that Schmitz has had creating havoc on opposing defenders, and he plays it out to Ovesian, who thought he was fouled. No call by the ref until right now, but you have to continue to play, Joe. You cannot wait until the whistle at this level or at any level. You got to continue to grind 110%, and Jack Ovesian wins the set piece there for the Fusion. Chase Minter will look to send the ball out in the box here in the 65th minute, live on KADYTV.com. In this matchup in Southwest Division, presented by MeetTheBoss805.com. And the Seahorses are making wholesale changes. 3 guys are coming off, and we have 3 players checking in for the Seahorses. Looks like Jeffrey Bowman came off. Dylan Martinez came off. And we had Seth Arriaga, who came off for the Seahorses, and we'll let you know who checked in shortly, folks. But right now, Steve Palacios checks into that ball from Chase Minter. Minter sends it inside the box, has Schmitz. The German sends the header straight into the hands of Cody Soup. And Joe, this is unusual, but I guess when you're trailing 2-0, that you have to make these kind of moves, 3 subs all at once.
Sure. You know, you've got 25 minutes left. There's plenty enough time, you know, to make an impact. You know, when you make mass changes like that, a lot of times you can, you know, change the formation, play more attacking. When you look at who's out there now, it looks like they're playing 4 guys forward. So,
well, interesting. J.C. Cotto takes in Alex Anderson, who has 2 goals for the Seahorses. He's in the ball game now for the Seahorses, trying to add to his scoring ways early on. They have their 2 strikers who each have a pair of goals this year, Josh Alt and Alex Anderson in the ball game. And the Seahorses are not going to go away quietly here, folks. Mitchell Parr also came on for them wearing number 6. And the Fusion looking to, the Seahorses conducting 3 subs. Fusion looking for that 3rd goal to put this one away, but a sloppy ball by Avesian. Won back by Josh Alt, the experienced veteran for the Seahorses. Alt has it. He has a lethal shot, folks. Let's see if he'll unleash one here. Still has it. And Alt looking for some options. Cannot find it. Alt sends it out in the box for a Seahorses goal. And you could put that on the board for the Seahorses, folks. The experienced veteran, Josh Alt, sent it out to the Frenchman. And Arlene Norris, known as Frenchie to the Seahorses fan base, drills that header in the back of the net to cut the Fusion lead by 1. And you mentioned this during our broadcast, Joe, that this was not going to be easy, and the Seahorses now find themselves right back in the ball game. And
yeah, this will be a nervy 22 minutes now, especially with Ima on the bench.
Well said. And once again, for our viewers, you could get live updates at VC Soccer on Twitter. Joe Curley all over that for the Ventura County Star, and our Twitter followers here tuning in on KADYTV.com. Josh Alt, what a veteran move. What a great ball that he sent out, and absolutely Frenchy drilled that to get the Seahorses back in this game. And Arthur Agassian thought he was fouled, but the Seahorses win that ball back. Dylan Riley comes back to defend. Riley comes back to press up front. Excuse me, folks. Finds Chase Minter. Nolan Moore has it for the Fusion. Steve Palacios kicks it wide out to Agassian. Arthur sends it out left, looking for Dylan Riley, who had made a run out on the wing, but they could not connect there. And might be nervous time as we approach crunch time, Joe. Seahorses, as we mentioned throughout the broadcast, they experienced team. They do not go away. They cut the deficit in half here, and looking for a late equalizer as we approach the 69th minute. And they came out urgent at the start of the second half, Joe.
Yeah,
Seahorses came out swinging.
That wasn't their first chance. I mean, they've had some chances to cut into it. You know, if they hadn't, if Hayden hadn't made that great save earlier, that would have been an equalizer. So obviously, it's on the Fusion to respond because, like we said before, there's no excuse for drawing at home to the bottom team, no matter how great, no matter how traditional and, and how experienced the Seahorses are as a club. If you're going to be in a race, you need 3 points against the bottom club at home.
You have to always try to earn these results. It's not easy. That's why they play it out on the field. 3 points were a must, and Fusion were on track to get that. And now things have changed as we approach the last 20 minutes of our ball game. Looks like Edwin Rivas, the Real Socal Academy product, will be set to check in for the Fusion during the next dead ball. But Steve Palacios has the ball, looking to play it to Nolan Moore here. Michael Schmidt has been all over the field for the Seahorses. He wins that and earns a free kick from a dangerous spot for the Seahorses. And nerves are on the line. Our fans here in Ventura are starting to worry a little. The Seahorses are pressing. They're showing great signs of urgency, obviously led by the great Todd Elkins, a veteran coach and a former player himself. His guys aren't going to go away, and they have earned a dangerous free kick from about the 22-yard line, and 4 players crowd the ball. We have Michael Schmidt in the mix. And Seahorses, Josh Alt, who sent out that great pass for the assist in there, and it looks like Manny Guzman's gonna check out for Edwin Rivas. Rivas is a solid young player. He plays hard. Good physical presence. He's gonna provide the Fusion with a great spark, but the veteran, experienced leader Guzman checks out and looks to head into the locker room. Might have a injury. We'll keep you updated on that later. And the Seahorses looking for the equalizer. Josh Alt is over this one. Alt, an experienced goal scorer, and Tony Montalvo looking to equalize this game. Let's see who'll take the shot. Fusion have their wall in place. Sam Hayden is giving out instructions, trying to prevent this score from being tied in the 72nd minute. Here comes Montalvo, and it's blocked in the box. Great job of defending by the Fusion. Palacios, the sub that checked in, was all over that. But the Seahorses still maintain possession. Play it out wide, earn it, throw in. Here in the 72nd minute, Seahorses have had the better of the play here in the second half, Joe. And they're almost had an equalizer here with this great set-piece opportunity. But a great job of defending by the Fusion. And the Seahorses still pressing. Tony Montalvo sends that out in the box. Montalvo kicks it out in the middle now. Seahorses push up, and a deflected, dangerous shot out there from JC Como, who had a dangerous chance, but the shot deflected off. Looked like it was Dylan Riley, and Sam Hayden has it and cradles it like a newborn before kicking the ball out to the midfield. And
Speaking of newborns, Rodrigo Lopez is a dad.
We want to congratulate Roro on the birth of his son, Roman, a former Fusion player, on the birth of Roman. And you had great history with him, Joe, covering him, a current LA Blues playmaker. We want to wish the whole Lopez family well, and great news there that you shared with us, Joe. And Seahorses have it out wide. Seahorses, Alex Anderson looks to cut inside the box but loses the ball, and Fusion will earn a goal kick. Looks like Rivas still hadn't checked in. Now he'll be checking in. We saw Guzman come off the field. Now Rivas is checking in. Guzman had already been out. Chase Minter gets pushed up wide.
How long is Rivas going to be sitting there?
Yeah, he's getting cold. It looks like there's some confusion from a Fusion standpoint, because Arthur Augustin comes off, but Manny Guzman had gone off, and looks like the Fusion were short-handed for a while. And you know what, Joe? They're still playing man down from what I could see. I don't know what happened with Guzman, but the Fusion are playing a man down. There has to be some kind of confusion. Guzman came off. We thought that Rivas was going to check in for him, but Rivas checks in for Alashan now, and the Fusion are playing a man down, and the official hadn't indicated anything, and we have to check up on that. So I know Guzman had a yellow card early on,
Let me
so
go ask him.
we'll check into that, folks. But the Seahorses maintaining possession here on the 50-yard line. Joe Curley is all over this story, the great writer that he is. He's going to go find out the scoop for us as the Seahorses maintain possession at midfield, looking to continue to press on and find that equalizer. Boy, this will be a huge result for them if they can come on the road, steal a game here, earn a draw or better, and send a message to the whole Southwest Division.
Manny was off, second yellow.
Manny Guzman, folks, we just found out, received his second yellow card and was sent off. He had a first yellow during the first half, and apparently on that free kick foul, Guzman was sent off in the 72nd minute, and he made his way back to the locker room. And now with the Fusion being a man down and the Seahorses continuing to push forward, this is going to be a very, very interesting last 15 minutes. Joe Curley and the Fusion are in a game that they thought they had, comfortable lead, sitting there looking to add on to the lead. Now they're scrambling, trying to hold on for these vital 3 points, and there is no room for error, folks. Every game this stretch of the season is huge, and Ventura County trying to hold on to earn this victory to put them back on top in the Southwest Division. And of course a lot has to do with the battle going on in Tucson between the Fresno Fuego visiting FC Tucson, and we'll have an update from Joe Curley shortly on that game. And the Seahorses still attacking. Seahorses looking for the equalizer. We told you this experienced team does not go away. Led by Todd Elkins. Todd Elkins, the head coach of the Seahorses, has definitely sent out his guys this second half, ready to battle, ready to get a result here on the road. An impressive result, I must say, Joe. This will be a stunner if the Seahorses can come back, tie this, or even earn a victory on the road, and they continue to maintain possession. Michael Schmidt has it outside the box, makes his way inside the box, kicks it out to Mark Hope. Hope with a dangerous ball inside the box. Seahorses still maintaining possession, looking for that dangerous opportunity to get right back in this ball game. And Seahorses look in complete control at this point. And Joe, I would say a lot of that has to do with Guzman being sent off a couple of minutes ago.
Paul Islas scores off a rebound for Fresno.
Breaking news right here on KDYTV.com. A live update from Tucson. Joe Curley has just told us Fresno Fuego are on the board with a 1-0 lead.
Which makes these next 13 minutes all the more important.
To give you folks a picture in the standings, Fresno has a 1-point lead over the Fusion, who are currently sitting in second place, trailing behind the first place Fuego. So this will be a great result for Fresno on the road, and it'll continue to extend their lead over the Fusion. But we still have a lot of business here, folks. We have under 14 minutes left, and Ventura County is doing everything they can to maintain this lead, to make sure they walk away with 3 points here on this cold night in Ventura County with a great crowd in hand. A lot of our friends tuning in here on KDYTV.com. Of course, that is made possible thanks to MeetTheBoss805.com. Thanks to their generous support from local business owners. Make sure to check out MeetTheBoss805.com as we check out the last 10-12 minutes of this great battle here in the Southwest Division. Seahorses continue to press, having a man advantage over the Fusion. Seahorses looking for the equalizers. Seahorses on the attack. Fusion defending with a lot of blue jerseys out back. Every Fusion player has made their way back on defense. Michael Schmidt, Seahorses striker, had it, lost the ball. Palacios comes back for the Fusion and wins the ball back. Palacios connects with the fellow second half substitute Edwin Rivas, who plays it out to Nolan Moore, who was looking for a slashing Dylan Riley, but the Seahorses were all over that one, and now have pushed their way up inside the 15-yard line of the Fusion, looking to tie this game up. And Seahorses with a dangerous through ball in the middle, looking to equalize this game, but Palacios is all over that one for the Fusion. Palacios kicks it out to Nolan Moore. Moore sends it back out to Edwin Rivas. Rivas has dropped back on defense, with Guzman being sent off, is playing more of a defensive role. Gives it back out to Dylan Riley, the experienced defender for the Fusion. Riley tries to connect with Kip Culver, but Mark Hope for the Seahorses was all over that. Plays it out to Josh Alt, and the Seahorses, Joe, look to be offside, and Fusion have won back the possession. As we approach the 80th minute, we have 10 minutes left in this battle, and injury time will be added as well. We'll let you know once we know what the fourth official has signaled, but now we can tell you that Sam Hayden will be kicking off as the Fusion have a 2-1 lead over the visitors from La Mirada, the Southern California Seahorses here in the 80th minute. And Palacios finds Chase Minter, the Texan who scored the first goal. Had a nice chance there, but Cody Soup was all over that. A deflection was took place there, Joe, and Seahorses continue to maintain possession, and we haven't seen a lot of chances second half for the Fusion, Joe, even before the red card for Guzman.
Yeah, not a lot of chance. You know, the Seahorses certainly have had their foot on the ball for most of the second half. They've had the better chances, and Fusion, you know, they have seen to lose something, you know, once they made substitutions here. Generally this season, you know, struggling to kind of continue to dominate games.
There's been a drop-off, and a great drop-off on the ball there for Edwin Rivas, whose blast goes out wide. Looks like Palacios sent a great through ball for Rivas, but you're absolutely right, Joe Curley. We noticed after some of those changes that the Fusion took a step back, and Seahorses started threatening, and about 10 minutes ago, having a man advantage, they've had the better of chances here in the second half as we approach the 82nd minute. It's going to be a thrilling last 10 minutes, Joe, and this is going to go down to the wire just like the FC Tucson matchup here we had on KADYTV.com. And the Seahorses look to push the ball up. Josh Kimball sends it out for Dylan Martinez. For Alex Anderson. Anderson cannot maintain that ball. Peter Schmetz has it. Schmetz finds Chase Minter in the middle. Minter looking for some options. Has Dylan Riley making a great run. No, excuse me, that's Kip Culver, the second goal scorer, who makes a great run but loses the ball. Actually, maintains the ball for the Fusion for a Fusion throw-in. And Culver will throw it in, looking for some options, finds Chase Minter. Minter plays it back out to Riley. Riley sends a long ball, looking to connect with Chase Minter, but Cody Soup, the Seahorses keeper, comes out and gets that. Seahorses maintaining possession, looking to press up. As Joe Curley mentioned earlier on, they came out with, oddly enough, a 4-striker formation, looking for an equalizer, and now with a man advantage, they definitely have a lot more attacking options as Peter Schmetz wins the ball for the Fusion. Looks for the second half substitute, Steve Palacios. Palacios sends it out to Edwin Rivas. Rivas with a dangerous ball that goes out of bounds. He was looking for Chase Minter.
Nice movement there. Edwin Rivas. They're a man down, but when you got Rivas, he may be worth 2 players. The amount of
he's made a great
sprinting
impact
he's putting into it, and he's been making plays both at the back and the front. So
he was the last substitute, and he's made a great impact. Absolutely right on that, Joe. He's made a terrific impact here in the second half. And the Seahorses, led by Josh Alt, who had that great assist for the first goal for the Seahorses, maintain possession. Now Josh Ayers has it. Ayers goes inside the box, has 3 defenders on him. Ayers sends it out to Mark Hope. Hope has it out wide. Hope looks to send it back out to Alt. The ball finds Michael Schmidt wearing number 25. He's had an active game for the Seahorses. Continues to battle, does not give up, maintains possession. Sends it out to Josh Kimball for the Seahorses. Kimball looking for some options. Kimball sends a dangerous ball to the box, but the Fusion were in great position, and Palacios cleared that. Seahorses maintain possession. Josh Kimball still Sending out a dangerous ball that finds Josh Alt inside the box. And great break for the Fusion. The experienced striker Alt found himself in a dangerous position, but good thing Brandon Brockway was there for the Fusion, Joe, to prevent this game from being tied.
Ball just didn't settle for him. Just, in that split second he needed the ball to settle to get off a volley. Brockway was able to bounce back and get back into the play.
Good defending there to prevent this game from being tied. And the Seahorses doing everything they can, throwing numbers up front to equalize, to get a great result on the road to earn their second point of the season. But the Fusion, who know they need to win this game, they need the full 3 points. A man down, 85th minute, defending, trying to ensure a victory here to earn 3 critical points and set up a great matchup between the Fusion and LA Missionaries next Saturday here at Ventura College. And of course we'll be here bringing you the action live on KDYTV.com, and Michael Schmidt brings that out to the Fusion box, but Sam Hayden was on top of that. The Fusion keeper has the ball now, might eat a little clock, waste a little time, and sends a goal kicks all the way out to the Seahorses, and Chase Minter was outnumbered, but the ball finds Nolan Moore. Moore cannot maintain possession. Here comes Mark Hope. Mark Hope has some options, has Alt cutting in the middle. Hope looks to put on a couple moves, but guess who was all over that, Joe? The German Peter Schmitz, one of the players Graham Smith highlighted, who came out and did a great job of defending there.
Yeah, he's been another guy who's all over the place. Center back, full back, gets into the attack.
He's had a great impact on both ends of the games, as Joe Curley mentioned. And here comes Jack Alvesian. Jakub Alvesian has it out wide, showing that speed. Still with the ball. Alvesian looking for some options, cannot find any. Puts on a couple moves, playing it like a video game. Still can't find options. Seahorses are back on defense. Alvesian's pass is deflected. Seahorses win it back, and you can't blame the Fusion attackers. They're a man down. They have to defend first. And Peter Schmitz defends that one. Wins the ball back for the Fusion. Kicks it out to Chase Minter. Minter will back out for Schmitz. Schmitz is out wide, looking to put this one away and give the Fusion a 2-goal lead. Schmitz is defended, maintains the ball, looks to win a corner for the Fusion, but the referee has signaled possession for the Seahorses here in the 87th minute. That was a great burst of energy from Jack, but not enough out there to clinch this game for the Fusion. And we will have, actually, the official has indicated Seahorses are gonna start over again as we approach the 88th minute. This has been a great battle here. Fusion with 2 goals in the first half, and the Seahorses came back in full force, have cut the deficit in half, are looking to make this a tie game. So Fusion now with the ball, but Jack Alvesian loses it. Seahorses clear that out, looking for Josh Alt and Alex Anderson up top. Seahorses have Alex Anderson out on the wing. Seahorses look to threaten. Seahorses with one of their several dangerous opportunities here in the second half, looking to tie this game up, create a great result for them. Here at Ventura County, at Ventura College, Michael Schmidt battling with Edwin Rivas. Rivas has had a great impact on both ends, as Joe Curley mentioned here in this game. Jack Alvesian back defending, but Mark Hope with a strike. Hope was hoping to equalize the game, but that ball went out wide, and we're still at 2-1, folks, in the 89th minute. And Cody Soup, as Sam Hayden, the Fusion keeper, will take his sweet time and kick this one off, and we'll let you know once we hit the 90th minute mark how many minutes have been added in this match. Fusion maintain possession here at midfield. Edwin Rivas has 2 defenders on him, kicks it back out to Nolan Moore. Moore looks for the Texan Chase Minter. Chase Minter plays it out to Steve Palacios, the second half substitute. Palacios with a couple of great moves is inside the box, and goal! that on the board. Steve Palacios with a beautiful strike. Couple of great moves in the box, giving Fusion a 3-1 lead. Palacios gets his second goal of the season with a great finish there. Cool, calm, and collective. Puts that on the board to give the Fusion a 2-1 lead and most likely a pivotal victory in this matchup. Joe Curley.
Ooh, you didn't see that coming.
Sir.
You know what? Obviously, the Fusion down a man have been going 1-on-3. You know, trying to, if anything, just keep the ball down the other end of the field and minimize Socal's equalizing opportunities. So, but that was pretty sweet, 1-on-3.
And beautiful moves, and guess who was part of that play that set that up for his second assist of the game? Our first goal scorer, Chase Mentor for the Fusion, who now has 2 assists and 3 goals on the season, helped set up Palacios for that great finish. And Steve put on a couple good moves there, and a great finish to give the Fusion a 3-1 lead, and we have hit the 90th minute mark. We should have 3 minutes added of extra time. Seahorses, who look dejected now, they did everything they could to get back in this game, but are still battling, trying to get one back. You have to be impressed, Joe, with the Fusion. A man down, and they still find a way to add on to the lead, and great battle there. That shows you the importance of this game, as Josh Alt could not catch up with that through ball and giving the Fusion a goal kick. And the multitasking wizard himself, Joe Curley, has his phone blowing up with texts, calls, Twitter, internet, and he's still going to give us an update on the Tucson game, folks.
Still 1-0 as far as I can find. It's about 70th minute, so you know, about 20 minutes to play there. And yeah, you're right. This, you know, Socal nearly pulled off against the Fusion what they pulled off against Tucson. You know, stealing a point against a team at the top of the table.
Great point there, Joe. Josh Alt with a late strike there to give them an equalizer, but that magic did not appear tonight here in Ventura County. Fusion holding on to a 2-goal lead as we approach the last minute or so here with our crew, with Bob Allen, Mike on the camera, Ezra on the camera, and working the booth here with us, Joe Curley, Byron, who had joined us earlier, who was with us here today. And it's great to be here on KDTV.com. Thanks to MeetTheBoss805.com. Our viewers witnessed the Ventura County Fusion victory. You could put that on the board, folks, as Todd Elkin congratulates the Fusion coaching staff. Fusion come away with a 3-1 hard-fought earned win, and now sit atop until the end of the Fresno game in the Southwest Division with 15 points. And as Joe Curley mentioned, Fresno holding on to a lead there in Tucson. Any last words, Joe, before we go off there?
Just a good result for the Fusion. Almost let it slip there, but just shows you just how difficult it is to get results week in and week out in the PDL, especially in the Southwest Division.
Great sportsmanship shown by both teams, and we'll come with you live again, folks, next Saturday night as the Ventura County Fusion take on the LA Missioneros and Coach Ever Morata in a great battle at the Southwest Division here on KDYTV.com. Thanks again to MeetTheBoss805.com and to all our crew, Bob Allen, Mike, Ezra, Byron, and our guest Mike Pace from Fillmore. It was a pleasure to be with you. I'm Greg Asatrin. I was joined by the great Joe Curley. You could read his work tomorrow at the Ventura County Star. And we want to thank Graham Smith for joining us at halftime. And a great result here for the Fusion at Ventura College. We'll catch you next Saturday night, folks. Have a good one.